Make no mistake about it. None of you were calling TJ a snake in the grass or disloyal or anything like that until Conor did it on The Ultimate Fighter. Fight fans, so we got a huge fight coming up. We got Cody versus TJ #2 in LA this weekend, and just a huge fight coming up. I'm super stoked, and it's a stacked card. So let's take a trip back in time. Let's just talk about their first fight just for a second. Okay. A lot of people seem to think that the end of the first round, the way that TJ got knocked down by Cody, is a precursor and is a foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the second fight. And I really don't think that you can't really get that out of that. Okay, it's just really not true. First, TJ got pretty much right back up. It was a flash knockdown, got right back up. And obviously the effects of that you could see in the second round. Okay, he was fully recovered. By the time the second round started, he was fully recovered. Okay, I don't know if I'd call that a knockdown. I don't even know if we can say that even if we gave Cody an extra 30 seconds, that would have been the end of the fight. It could have been. Okay, I'm not going to say definitively, but it could have been. But like I said, we saw him get right back up. We saw him come back in the first round. I'm at the next round, and he was fully recovered. So that's what I have to go by. If we're going to start going by what-if scenarios and coulda, woulda, shoulda, we'd be opening up a huge Pandora's box. And you know how many fights and fighters and cards that we would have to reevaluate based off of what-if scenarios. Okay, it's a what-if scenario. It didn't happen, but people talk about it as if it did happen. And I don't think that it's so much about the fight. I think if it was another person, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, and it wouldn't be obsessed over as much, right? Not a lot of people like TJ. I'd say it's definitely split right down the middle. I think fans are very divisive as far as Cody and TJ. With the snake in the grass comments, the traitor comments, the disloyal comments. Make no mistake about it. None of you were calling TJ a snake in the grass or disloyal or anything like that until Conor did it on The Ultimate Fighter. Make no mistake about it. It's true, and even if you didn't see The Ultimate Fighter, you heard it or saw someone say it that did, and then you started saying it. But make no mistake, that's where that came from. So people who don't go back that far, or if you're a brand new fan, that's where it came from. Okay, it came from Conor. So essentially, all you guys are kind of Conor's puppets. And the real funny part is a lot of people who are Cody fans are probably not on the Conor train. So you probably hate Conor if you're on the Cody train. But yet, you got the hand up the shirt and the puppet, and Conor's going blah 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 blah, right? Make no mistake about it. Sorry to break it to you, it is what it is. Okay, like I said, nobody was saying it. Let's talk about why he talked about that. Okay, so unbeknownst to Team Alpha Male, TJ was slowly building his new gym. Okay. And I guess, without their knowledge and without their consent, him and Dwayne left. They kind of started their own thing. And he knew that Team Alpha Male, the way the setup was at Team Alpha Male, he could not get the training and he couldn't get what he needed in order to take himself to the next level. Okay. TJ is an elite level fighter, and you see that in his dedication. You see that especially in the last few years. You see how far he's come, and he's gotten that much better. Okay, since he's moved on from Team Alpha Male. I mean, that's not an opinion. That's not a lie. That's complete fact. He's gotten better since he's left Team Alpha Male. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. I understand loyalty. Okay, coming from a wrestling school. I get it. There's a sense of loyalty to your school. Except I think there comes to a certain point when he's at that elite of a level, okay, no one's going to look out for him anymore. Team Alpha Male is not going to help pay some of his bills because he couldn't get all the training he needed, and it'll just kind of fall on him, right? It'd be kind of his responsibility. Well, sorry, pal, we gave you everything we had, and since you didn't make it to the creme de la creme, the top of the crop, that's kind of on you. We gave you all the skills. You just couldn't get there. Well, that could be true in some cases, but some people need a different, maybe a different style of coach and different style of training. And obviously that's what happened. Some people switch schools and it doesn't do anything. Because switching schools doesn't change work ethic. It doesn't change fight IQ. It doesn't change any of that, right? But it's just so strange to me. Team Alpha Male is not going to help pay his bills. Team Alpha Male wasn't going to help him financially or help him achieve his goals any more than they already were. And that's not necessarily a knock on Team Alpha Male because it's not their responsibility. But that's why he switched. He switched to better himself. And somehow people knock him for it. Okay? What's a recent example? This isn't an apples to apples comparison, but it's just another example of somebody that's recently switched gyms, switched coaches. Mike Perry. Okay, he was in Florida. Now he's in Albuquerque. Name somebody that's calling Mike Perry a snake in the grass. Name somebody that's calling Mike Perry a traitor. Name somebody that's calling Mike Perry, disloyal. I'll wait. I don't have to wait because I know you're not going to find nobody. Don't say that about Mike Perry. Okay? Conor McGregor is really huge on loyalty, and that's why he said what he said. I don't think Conor knew the whole story. I don't think we knew the whole story. Okay? We still don't know 100% of the story. TJ's talked about it. We've heard his side. We've heard Araya's side. Okay? We've heard Cody's side. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with being super loyal. There's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot be loyal to the point to where it's going to eventually get in the way of your career in that situation, get in the way of your career, get in the way of your goals because they can't literally offer you anymore. Again, I'll repeat that again. It's not a knock on Team Alpha Male. It's just, I'm ready to move forward with what I'm doing with my life. Okay. So that's all I got to say about that. I just, it's just really strange to me how people knock somebody for trying to better themselves. People can put a spin on it. That's the context that I see in the story and all that. Like I said, I guess you can choose to see whatever context or get whatever you want to get out of that. People are going to believe and see whatever they're going to see and, whatever. As far as this fight goes, so it's a really interesting fight, a super interesting fight the first time because, former teammates, they trained with each other. You're probably talking about hundreds of hours in the gym. So they know each other. Now, since TJ had left, obviously they both had elevated their game, Cody and TJ. So, it had probably been years since they sparred together. And then a lot can change. And I think the two biggest takeaways of this is Cody has that true one-punch knockout power. Again, we saw that in the first one, right? He's got the better hands. He has the better boxing. Okay? He's got that. I think Cody has a better forward pressure than TJ does. On the flip side, I think TJ is the better athlete. I think he's got more tools than Cody does. I think TJ has to be careful of, one or two tools from Cody, whereas Cody has to watch out for 5 or 6 or 7 tools from TJ. So I think you can. There's a lot more angles out of TJ than there is from Cody, and I think TJ is the overall more dangerous fighter from that sense. Again, not to take anything away from Cody, because obviously Cody can knock your lights out, in a split second. So, but I think this fight goes the same as the first one. I think TJ Dillashaw, and still. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Send me a message. I'm a Scorpio like long walks on the beach. I don't know. You never know. And please, for you audiophiles out there, we're on iTunes, we're on Google Play. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to us. Helps out a ton.